Welcome to the Look Club, where we bring virtual reality into reality.
This week, we're discussing Dear Angelica.
Gossip secrets or bad romance?
Have you seen it?
No, but I mean, Dear Abby, Dear Diary, Dear John.
Actually, it's more like, have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear?
Erika?
Dear Evan Hansen. No?
Wait, doesn't somebody die in that?
Spoiler much?
Well, not really a spoiler. The girl in Dear Angelica is writing a letter to her mother, who's dead from the beginning.
Then fun.
Well, it's not necessarily depressing. Writing letters to or about someone that you've lost helps keep their memory alive. And that's exactly what Dear Angelica does.
And the art director, Wesley Alsbrook, hand-painted every scene of the movie. She used Quill, a painting and animation tool for virtual reality.
Yeah, and most of the scenes that Wesley painted are memories of the mother brought to life.
Oh, interesting. So it's like we're in someone's thoughts?
And those thoughts are coming to life, one digital brushstroke at a time.
Huh. Quill is like Tilt Brush, right? Or for old people, a VR version of Microsoft Paint?
Yeah, if you want to offend our friends. But yes, you can paint inside the headset.
So Dear Angelica kind of animates the animation process.
Bum.
It was directed by Sascha Unseld, and I actually read that Quill didn't even exist when they started making Dear Angelica.
The project was produced by the former Oculus Story Studio, and Oculus is the company that makes VR headsets and the software that runs them.
While they were making Dear Angelica, they were developing Quill.
That's crazy. Okay, if in Dear Angelica we're in someone's thoughts, I'm gonna venture it is a disembodied, third-person narrative, non-entity, robot experience.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yep, you're experiencing the story firsthand, but it's not your story, and no one in this piece knows you're there.
Yeah, you can't affect the story, and at times you're moved completely by the filmmaker and not your own movements.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Kind of would still love some gossip or heartbreak.
Well, you do know when we turn the cameras off, I'm gonna tell you both about my date from last night and ask your advice.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, why would this week's meeting of the Look Club be any different?
True. We hope the VR piece of the week will have good stories, but just in case, we bring our own.
So should we see what Dear Angelica brings to the table?
Oh, I'm gonna give us a multiple choice. Will it be death by A, car crash, B, cancer, C, violent murder, or D, coronavirus?
You do know that Dear Angelica was made in 2016, right?
Hey, let's not deprive the creators of being weird, creatively psychic.
Like The Simpsons.
Okay, ladies. So, let's put on our headsets, turn on our apps, and
Enter VR!
enter VR.
Dear Angelica, I've been watching all your movies again. You were such an incredible actress. I miss you. I miss you so much. You were a knight. My knight. And I would have followed you anywhere.
Here, take my hand. Begin with the beginning. Will you come with me?
I wish I could live inside your movies.
Come with me. It won't be an adventure without you.
And we'd put on our armor every morning, and we'd tame lions together.
So, what did we think?
I genuinely really liked it.
At first, I was wondering why we were there and like what was going on, but I pretty quickly realized that we're in the daughter's mind as she's writing her letter.
We're witnessing the daughter's thoughts come to life.
Yeah, I loved that. Because that's exactly how my brain works. All of these thoughts happening at the same time, and more in pictures than in words.
It's cool how even though the people aren't active, the pictures still have motion.
Because each brushstroke is themselves moving and wiggling.
It gives a whole new definition to the term moving pictures.
That's true. It's literally moving pictures. And not in the way we've come to know the term in movies.
The pictures just grow and fill out the space.
It's a really good use of the 360 canvas. It felt very full.
Yeah, and with the pacing that the drawings come to life, there's activity, but not so much that you ever even come close to having FOMO.
That's fear of missing out for those of you who know Microsoft Paint.
Well, there was one point where I was like, how many times am I going to have to turn?
You did it seated, not standing.
But you didn't have to spin.
True. But I do like to look around and see if maybe they've missed anything or hidden something.
I appreciated that there was a clear beginning, middle, and end. It's a surprising number of stories lack that.
It was a simple story, but it was very well executed in the medium. The characters, though, were kind of stock characters.
Yeah, a famous actress mother, a daughter who loses her mother young. And I guess we don't really know anything about these two as individuals.
Or why we're witnessing this moment.
It's a bit unusual, but I'd say this story isn't really as much about these characters as it is about the how of thoughts.
Ooh, I like that. I mean, it's like how one thing can bring like 3 different memories to life.
Yeah, it's like the Madeline in Proust the Swan's Way.
Yeah, totally. Or like peanut butter. Yeah, well, okay. Hear me out, because for me, peanut butter reminds me of a first date, childhood lunches, quarantine. I mean, 3 very different experiences, but I mean, peanut butter was there for me through all of it.
Now I want my ideal man to be salted and crunchy.
I want to know what that looks like.
Salty and crunchy. Ooh, definitely a surfer.
So, the real story that Dear Angelica is telling is what our minds do to bring ideas to life as we think them and put them into words.
That's a cool story.
And one VR tells really well.
True. It feels like how my imagination would bring this story to life if I just closed my eyes and listened.
The daughter's thoughts are meshed together in a spatial way that 2D just couldn't do.
A great example of that is the way that they use scale, right? So when the daughter is thinking about movies, her mom is larger than life, like literally larger than me. And later, when she's talking about her sick and in bed, she's visually depicted as small and fragile.
In VR, you can feel scale rather than just seeing it. It's very different.
What did you think about the movement at the end?
Oh, for me, it was a eureka moment. I was like, OMG, I'm the spirit of the dead mom!
Oh, I didn't think that.
No. But it's interesting though.
Well, because, we were just with the daughter in her thoughts, and then we were ascending, presumably to heaven or something.
Yeah, and then we see the mom and the daughter sitting together on the moonbeam.
So at first, okay, I can't be the mom if I'm seeing the mom, but she's sitting with her daughter who we just left in the room below. So I was like, well, maybe now I'm seeing my thoughts and hopes as the mom come to life.
This piece did get a lot of press when it came out though, and I never heard the director say that his intention was to make the viewer the spirit of the dead mom.
So it seems like a happy accident.
Yeah, and you know, the choice to make the viewer the spirit of the dead mom is a smart storytelling choice, Eve.
Yeah, it does make that movement at the end make sense. I just thought the world was being lowered.
That's equally possible.
I bet you if Sashka had your taxonomy, Eve, he wouldn't have made the choice to move us.
Yeah, because it would have been clearer to him that moving us changes the experience.
Yeah, it is an actual perspective shift. The difference between mortal and robot effectual point of view.
Right. And it's the only time in the piece we feel like we're being moved.
I wonder how this is going to affect our rating.
Drum roll, please.
1.5 thumbs up.
So, to summarize, Dear Angelica is a disembodied, third-person narrative, non-entity, robot point of view.
And it's effective because it tells a story beginning, middle, and end.
It uses 360 degrees well and takes advantage of the use of scale to emphasize metaphor in the story.
And in the three-dimensional plane VR uses, it tells the additional story of how words bring moments to life in our minds. And it tells it well.
For more info on how and where to see Dear Angelica, see our description below or visit our website, thelook.club.
Until next time,
All the magic
Of a spell.
is in the words.
knocks.
Knocks.